What up? What are you guys doing today? All right, let's take off all this crap. Now, right now, we're in the Discord and we just smacked this right here. So, I wanted to show you guys our logic. Okay. Now, NQ is very, very easy today. Right? I wanted to jump on here really quick, um, right before I go grab some backwoods. And again, very, very simple, easy narrative so far, right? And again, we're still dumping. Got a runner in on the quant tower. All right, now watch. I'm looking for this low down here. Asia wasn't quite taken yet, so we should take that Asia low. But whole idea was London low was not taken, nor was Asia, and this is optimal trade entry. OTE, New York. All right. This frames itself. Obviously, it's 1040. It frames itself between 8 and 11. So already at 8:30, we were looking for this idea. We talked about the high being taken first and then down to the low. And we traded it both sides, or majority of us traded it downside, but some of us traded it both sides. So, and again, I mean, the Discord's a fun place. So we talk about. He said, "Don't be a hipster. Wait till it's trendy." And so yeah, we're killing these. Already had these targets marked, right? My guy killing it, right? I love it. And this is the thing, right? We all had buys in. Went amazing on that. Know what I mean? Killing it. And so the thing is about our community, right? It's a very small community on purpose. And it's just like the people that I'd like to trade with, my students. I mean, people who are respectful against, you know, not just towards me, but respectful towards the work in general. Like we respect the people that we learn from. And the ideas that we trade are incredible. And look at that. So we're just taking, uh, here, I'll tell them to take a partial. Take a partial on NQ if you have not yet. Everyone. All right. So, yeah, we're talking about NQ, and we got these London lows taken. We got a oh yeah, let's remind them. Asia low is next. Asia low is next. And why do we trade today when I don't really trade Monday? So I told about them being mindful of the environment, right? So the same way that we can come on and say, you know what? Look at Asia, right? Obviously going from like it was crazy. I mean, this is like X if you've never seen it, right? And we're talking about XAMD. So XAMD on the week, that's clear. And why do we care about that? It's because we understand the expected price action is going to be very trendy throughout the day. So if it shows us evidence of that early, yeah, the whole day is going to be X. It's going to trend left, right, up, down, doesn't matter. You just have to be understanding of the objective. Now, down here, right? Took off weekend Saturday, Sunday. We'll talk about the Asia session, but again, to really be clear about this, right? And watch. Okay, let's get into our go back levels. So, do you see exactly why I took a trade right underneath my EXT level? Caught it on two accounts too. Yeah. So caught it right there, right? And the biggest thing is we stopped. We had this expansion macro, 950 to 1010. If you're familiar with the macro and how they work, you understand. So to start the next insane move, it's going to run into the macro or play the macro before the next insane move. All right. 950 to 1010. I was looking for reactions. I was actually looking down at my phone and texting somebody and then was looking for this reaction and like didn't even get in until we reached the stealing range, which is super fine because I don't miss anything. I'm understanding of the objective as my students are. Now watch. Upshift this again. I'm on 81. Okay. For context. Now watch. Look how perfect that is. So, do you see what I mean? I was looking for reactions up here, but I literally was caught lacking because I wanted to send messages and all that in the middle of work. But the biggest thing is I was able to come in, even in that discount, understand my assignment. So obviously, when this broke from a discount to a new premium, I sold it right to my target, no problem. And that's the thing. Don't get distracted with all the price action that you missed. If you feel like you missed this, you don't want to take it again because you're a beginner and you don't quite feel comfortable with the potential drawdown on here. Like obviously, like between like here and EQ, I wasn't really looking for EQ like that. There is an imbalance here that I wasn't really looking for because it's not in my fair value gap level. All right. So this imbalance is going to be in a higher one, but I'm not looking for this to be a short-term fair value gap that I need to be worried about. And my target was obviously abundant in liquidity because it's a major session high or low. When we talk about liquidity, right? Just real quick, you want to be understanding that now look, I told you the Asia low was next, right? And we got that. You want to focus on session high, session low. You want to focus on previous week high and low, previous day high and low, and systematically like pair your liquidity to time. What's wide open at a certain time of the day? That's what's so important about this setup and how we were able to come in and dominate this thing. So the same way you're looking at it right now, again, we touched the top, this 81, dropped down. I traded the second one, not the top one, and we met our target. And I just hold on, one sec. Got to switch to the iPad real quick. All right, one sec. And I'm looking for, I mean, I could take it here. So I'm looking to see if it's going to drop down at least another, to see if we get another stop run. But I mean, it's a good trade. I mean, I don't really have to force it. I mean, we're far in profit. We can just close it. But yep, there we go. So I want to see if it wants to run another low. It just took a high instead of a low, but this is already enough for me to close it. Now watch. So this closes above this high. Yeah, we're done. I'm giving it about another 20 seconds. Oh yeah, yeah, we're done. We're done. We're out of here. Hold on. Oh, 10 seconds left. Finger on the button. But it met my objective already, so I'm on. And new candle. Perfect. There we go. We got it. All right. So what I'm talking about, right? Do you see how I was looking for reactions above this candle or not? Because again, I'll talk about the stop run, right? Like we're not bullish, but at the same time, as we're trade managing, right? We already met my target and we were spooling for it, so I don't worry in this area at all. Once we meet the target, you need to start looking for reaction points. I talked about that in a previous video. So the same way that we're coming on here and we're saying, okay, hold on, where's that? And damn, I wanted to pop on. I didn't even really plan a video for right now. That's why I'm not smoking a blunt right now. But I'm literally like about to head to the store and grab these backwoods, like probably middle of this video, and we'll come back and just put it together. So, long story short, we're looking for this low here. All right, let's clean it up. There we go. Got it. Now, I was going to say, once we hit this low, it's going to start to expand. It's not really a change in the state of delivery, how you want to, I mean, it could be if you want to like kind of look at it this way, but realistically, I mean, it's been like bearish. So, it's pretty much like a run that's not going to stop. It's not going to turtle soup it the way other people might perceive it that way. And again, you have another dealing range, right? So that's what I was saying. I was debating if I need to close it or not. I didn't have to close it yet. Now I could close it here, previous order blocks level, which is also my EXT. So I could, easily close something here, no problem. So it's all about how you personally want to trade manage by a certain time. Now it's 10:48 in the morning, so I have plenty enough time to just let it do whatever it wants to do. And so do you see how that looks? right? And it's going to go up, down. Now watch, let's shift this upward and see the 243. Because I mentioned how NQ is not like SPY or NQ, QQQ. See that? So that's telling me I have what? More range left. See that? Yes, sir. Now, hold on. There is something that I was thinking about, right? Hold on. Let's look at this. It was something I was looking at last night. I want to see if we got there. All right. Now, not quite. We didn't get there yet. All right. So what I was looking for was, do you see how Asia, and again, let's talk about Asia. All right. Now, really quick, I just want you to see like the vibe of like why this motherfucker went so crazy at Asia, right? So I'm on a 3 minute chart, but I'm gonna pop to a 5 so you can fully see it. And I talked about something last night with my students in a video, and we're going to talk about it here. All right. Now, number one, I need you guys to understand, right? I briefly touched on these, but we haven't really talked on these on this channel. And this is a Friday to a Sunday, and it's a little gap, right? You see it? A little gap there. When we talk about these gaps, this is what we call a new day opening. My bad. Friday already. New week opening. Okay. Now, we have new week opening gaps. We have what's called new day opening gap. The difference between the two is going to be the time. So when you see a new week opening gap, that's going to be a Friday to a Sunday only, just how we see it here. New day opening gap is when you see all these like little gaps you might see from it's not too many here. It's not too many gaps. We don't get too many. But long story short, well, actually, well, yeah, no, I know where to find one. Yeah, exactly. Hold on, I know where to find one. Watch this. Um, watch when we get to, I think it was 15. It was a few days ago. Watch this. Looking for a new day opening gap. All right, like we really need a good hop, skip, and a jump in the middle of the damn chart. There we go. Here's another new week opening gap. Friday to a Sunday. It's a small area in here. See that? It opens here, or no, it closes here, opens here, and then it fills it in immediately. It does the same thing that the last example does, but I'm giving you more than one example at a time on purpose. All right. Now watch. The reason why I bring these up, and again, it's crazy because I mean you can find new day opening gaps in stocks all day. So for example, I just want to pivot to that just to show you. All right. Now obviously Monday, but let's go to my looking for days of the week. All right. Now watch. See what I mean here? From a Wednesday to a Thursday, it makes this gap. I just wanted to show you like the concept so you could see what I mean about time. All right. Makes this gap from here to here. Right. All right. So new day opening gap, new week opening gap, these have a similar function. And the cool thing is when we're looking at this in Asia, right? This is how you could have used this last night. If I was like actually trading last night, I would have took it. But damn, let's just snap this back to the beginning because that's annoying. All right. Now, you're looking at a new week opening gap. There we go. And obviously, we talk about fair value gaps a lot on this channel. The new week opening gap is like an invisible fair value gap a lot. If it doesn't want to completely take a gap and fill it in, how you're used to seeing gap fills, it's going to be used like an invisible fair value gap. Ooh, okay. Now, where's liquidity at? I mean, before we talk about it, it's engineered underneath you. It's engineered above you as well. So we end up taking that for sure. And you see the candle here that actually takes this high out? Look at how energetic it was to do that. It's showing you that we're not bearish. So all this stuff here, you're not going to randomly get out of the trade. You're not going to get scared. You're going to hold it. You still have enough time left before you get to a major transition point. So right here, this is like 145, 2, 45, and 3. All right. And right when you get to 3 o'clock, you want to look for reaction points because that's another POI, point of interest. Now watch, right? You see how we took about 10:30. We're coming up with 10:55. So 56 I'm looking for. 10:56 is important. Like I said, we took the lows. That's why we took profits. But the main idea of Asia here is your new week opening gap creates support in visible fair value gap style. See that? So when we move up, right, and look at the reaction points in this area. Watch. And down on the 1 minute so you can really see how clean this is. Look at it. Look how many times we tap this thing. One, two. You can always see when I forget that I have a touchscreen. There we go. 3. We tap that gap 3 different times and then blast liquidity. Jump into an imbalance and spool higher. And again, we're not going to stop until we make a London high, right? Now, again, you pop into London. You have to understand what we talk about when we say session function or how these function, right? And what did I say about 1056? Ready? Keep watching that. Now, London high was taken. So we're looking for sells. But if you're trading in this area, actually, you need to come in and understand the assignment. This was a little too trendy. You're going to leave London the fuck alone. Do not trade 2 sessions in a row thinking it's going to be trend, 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 trend. No. You realize what the day is doing, right? I talked about the day and the week being, you guessed it, XAMD. We already saw the dealing ranges and how they shifted up based on the 81 and how we could have used that and how I traded my lower one instead of my higher one. But again, like we said, the objective is not any different. It's on the sell side. The reason why it looks like this in terms of expected price action is because of what? X. Got the X right here. A. What does M look like? What do we talk about? Takes both sides of liquidity. And this is accumulation. Takes the high, takes the low. And it goes right in order. So if you have buys in here, you understood the objective that this was first, got it. But you need to be understanding that we got out here and looked for sells immediately. And we understand the objective. It's not all based on go back levels. It's based on, again, I'm an expert at market structure and I want you to be too. Okay? So when you're seeing stuff like this, and again, we talked about these areas as to why I'm wanting this to go downward. But watch, ready? This manipulation, right? It's too far, too fast, both sides. It's annoying. If you're not understanding what price action is doing, it's annoying. But do you see how what I said about 1056? Let's go down there. I'm expecting certain things by a certain time. Watch this. Talked about 1056 and look at that reaction. Jay, how do you do that? Do what? This is not very difficult when I talk about prediction or understanding the algorithm's perspective and not my own. You have to understand this. Liquidity was already given to you here. So we pop up. When we pop up, we make it to now, if you're understanding this, right? Just going to put this on the screen for those who know. If you know, you know. All right. I'm going to pop this in here. I don't mean to leave anybody out, but this is the perks of joining the Discord. You understand certain things. Now we have liquidity. We took that. But why do we retrace? Right back into 18,571. And what does that do? Right into your what? DOL. That blue box is there for a reason. And again, 1056. We already knew. 1058. 11. Now, in my mind, right? I'm thinking about 1103, but I'm also thinking about 1107. I'm thinking about 1114 and also thinking about 1121. I could use 23 again, but not really into that right now. But basically is what I'm saying is, again, we talk a lot about time and price. I haven't talked on purpose more about time. If you would like to talk more about time and how I can expect certain things by certain times and the logic behind that, join the Discord. All the information on that is right there. And again, I'm looking for 1103 or 1107. I'm not like particular in what I want from it, but I'm looking for it to make some sort of reaction that I can narrate from. Now, typically, right? Now, this is the funny part. We already took the liquidity that I was aimed at, but I'm really aimed at like right now. Do you see how this is again a really like crazy looking angle? Like it's damn near 90 degrees. Like it's like yeah, it's like a 90-degree angle, right? That looks really annoying, doesn't it? But at the same time, all right, we got this right here that I wanted to take out. We got that here. Now, anything in here that we could aim at, people always often look at like just liquidity or highs and lows to aim at. But you need to understand if you're looking at price a certain way, like it's really fractal. Meaning, am I surprised that when we drill back down here, that price ends up in a what? And I had to come to a 4 hour to find it for you. It lands in an imbalance. Boom. You need to understand how to be creative in the marketplace. This is artwork. Come in and play your role. So if you don't have a clear wick or obviously like a flat spot that you can aim at that is clear in buy or sell side liquidity or abundant in it, you're going to aim for an imbalance. Aim for an imbalance that's not filled yet. Go up there and check it out. And a lot of people, they might say, oh, well, I don't need to do all this fancy shit. There's a sell side fair value gap right here. Okay, Mr. Jimmy Neutron, go for it. I don't want to guess what fair value gap to use. I don't want to. I want to come in and know what fair value gap is going to work. You can guess this all you want to. It works fine, and I like it. But at the same time, when we talk about these things, right, are they in the right levels? You guessed it. What did I say before? If it's a fair value gap, it's going to work. But it's not going to work anywhere. What is your body's respect? Your body's respect, your fair value gap, 243, gold back level. Notice how the imbalance was way big. But where does it actually come to? Your fair value gap GB level, if it's going to work. It tags the high. That got our attention. But right down here is where you needed to start participating if you try to use this fair value gap. That's why we can come on and look at it in different, smaller time frames. But the idea is the same. See what I mean? You're not going to see it like this unless you go up a time frame. But look at why it died so much immediately. And we were already looking for that. And again, I understand where people are going to say, like, well, I mean, again, I could just assume the fair value gap. But why assume it? Go check and see if it's going to work. And you could do that. You could have paid attention to that. As soon as this formed, right in your order block level, as soon as we started going back towards that, you're like, whoa, hold on now. Is this a fair value gap I need to pay attention to? You damn right. And look at the result. You could have been done trading already with us. Look at that. And again, if you go into the chat, right? What's the chat up to? I like randomly abandon the chat to make these videos. What are they up to? Killing it. Oh my God, killing it. Full TP at London. Exactly. Exactly. Killer move. Killer move. He said the breaker partition is some Mickey Mouse bullshit. I wonder why he said that. But long story short, I mean, it's a fun time. The Discord is beautiful. There's a lot of fun people in here. We all trade together, right? And again, we learned cool shit, right? So, I mean, again, I've been doing this for so long, bro, as a mentor, like in the space. Um, it's beautiful to really see people have, not just a um great strategy or method to trade the marketplace, but to come in and actually understand what the chart is really doing, not how we fucking feel about it. Knowing what the chart's going to do instead of guessing all the fucking time. And I'll say it like this: educated guessing, sure. But I mean, at the same time, we're not super, super like in high risk situations at all. We understand how the chart moves and how fractal the marketplace may be, even on and again, I'll show you real quick, like the 27, right? If I were to go and view that, use that, you see how small this is compared to, SPY or QQQ, right? And look, it's going through it right now. So you can see evidence of this. See what I mean? Let's shift it down. Watch. So you can see what I mean about the 27. It always plays out. It does its job. And every dealing range is going to react a certain way. See that right there? All the way down, it takes out two of them. Killer. Very killer. And we're done, man. Trading's not fucking difficult, and we're done. It's what? 11:08 in the morning, and we're done. What more is there to do? Well, what more is to go get some backwoods. So, I will catch you guys in this next video. Man, that was fun.